we're alive.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for this online live ceremony in celebration of the Apian Being on World Bee Day. This day, Wednesday, May 20th, 2020. We are a dozen bee-loving people from around the world, and it is with deep honor that we offer this virtual ceremony. And together we will create a sacred space, a collage of perspectives and experiences to make audible the many levels of intimacy in our relationship with honeybees. So this is an opportunity for all of us through the act of ceremony to open our hearts and to receive a glimpse into the fullness of life and the resonance of harmony that can be found within all. It is a call to presence with place and life, and an opportunity to step into the inner landscape of the Apian being, the mind and heart of great compassion. Together, we offer our gratitude to the honeybees for their many gifts and our soul companionship with the Apian being. A web of Apian perspectives and mosaics of heartbeats will be our ceremony this day, to be witnessed by many in the celebration of the web of being. And so I invite you to drop into presence with your breath, feeling the inhalation, inviting all parts of yourself to this moment, this time and place, and to feel the exhalation settling you in deeper, allowing for all else to fall away. I invite you to close down your eyes, to say hello to the rich interior darkness of your being. The rich interior darkness like the sweet interior of the hive. And follow the rhythm of breath, the pulse of your heart. Feel this place, the pulse of life around you in this place. This is an invitation to arrive in stillness as we all begin to gather before our ceremony. Please enjoy these few moments of stillness and silence as you presence. Tune in and arrive for the ceremony to come.
Welcome to this bee sanctuary, Omiel, home of honey. I am so deeply grateful to the honeybees as guides and teachers. They have helped me heal my body and remember. In honor of the honeybees and for their love of nurturing life, I'm called to offer some movement today to celebrate the harmony that the bees embody. And as a blessing for the collective bee body, our collective human bodies, and our earth garden body, that we may thrive in eternal renewal and co-create in partnership harmoniously. And with gratitude to Lane Redmond's legacy, her music, this is from her Hymns from the Hive. I invite you to join me in the flow.
Thank you. I am honored to share to be part of this ceremony for honeybees. This sacred water comes from the East Fork stream in Williams, Oregon, in the Siskiyou Mountains. And I am here to plant ancient kamut wheat that connects me not only to nature, what became before us, but also what is in our heart. So this ceremony on Bee Day is in gratitude to the bees, to the wisdom of the hive. And I want to give thanks to the people who were here before me in the Siskiyou Mountains, the Tutuni Shasta Costa Coquella, and they were the native people that lived here before, and to the animals that lived on this land and still live here. I pray for nature during this time of change. And nature's web of life, it's so intricate and intimate, and the relationship so subtle, and the myriads of life forms so unimaginably complex. And the only thing I could do is to be humble and to come into my heart. So some things help a great deal, which is poetry for me. And I have a poem from Antonio Machado that is in my film Queen of the Sun, but always comes to me with potent feelings every time I read it. And you might know it, but here we go. Last night, as I was sleeping, I dreamt marvelous error, that I had a beehive here inside my heart, and the golden bee were making white combs and sweet honey from old failures. I feel that this poem brings me to the ceremony of today, which is about really being here now, being present. I'm a filmmaker, so I've for years have lived behind the camera, hiding behind the camera, creating pieces in the darkness in the edit room. And there was a point where after making many films over the years about shamans and beekeepers and farmers and seed keepers, that I had this existential crisis. And it was that everything that I'm filming, I actually really want to embody and be that. That being behind the camera was a way for me not to be those things. And so my crisis came after the trilogy I did with The Real Dirt on Farmer John, Queen of the Sun, and then Seed the Untold Story. And suddenly I had this kind of breakdown where it's like, I don't want to film anymore. I want to be here. I want to be a beekeeper. I don't want to be, I want to be a seed keeper. I want to be there present. And so it almost repels me to be behind the camera now. So I am like sinking in deeper into the world of painting, the world of beekeeping, the world of seed keeping, and observing nature and slowing down. I think the whole thing about when I was making films, it was the race. It was always like trying to complete this film. And now it's really about just being very much in the heart. So I just, I really feel that my soul yearned to slow down, to be connected to family, to nature, to bees, to plants, to animals, to farming, and not be caught up in my head. So, bees are the portal to the heart. And so the people that I filmed, I'm very dedicated to them. Michael Thiele, who was in Queen of the Sun, Gunther Hawk, Jacqueline Freeman, and readings of Rudolf Steiner was really the way for me to plant myself deep in within so that I could follow the compass that I needed to follow. So this is for the love of bees and for the love of nature and for humanity to work with this crisis in a very deep and beautiful way.
Everyone, wherever you are in the world, I am inviting you now to take a journey into the luscious, fertile darkness of the beehive. So I invite you to close your eyes, to no longer look at the screen, and go within. Take a moment and press your fingers against your closed eyelids to settle your nervous system and allow you to go deeper into the darkness. And then release your fingers. One of the rich gifts of the bees is the gift of darkness, a velvety darkness, a rich, fertile darkness, a darkness that supports, comforts, heals, and reveals. Allow yourself to sink deep into the darkness of a beehive. A rich aroma begins to bathe you. Earthy, pungent, and sweet, delicious, ecstatic fragrance. It bathes all over you, loving you, soothing you, holding you. Allow yourself to begin to hear the sounds of the hive, the songs, the stories. Sink deeper. And especially for all of us who feel touch deprived during this time, allow the honeybees to minister to you, to cover you, to love on you. Let your breath deepen. and really feel this experience and the love, the heart of the hive. Breathe deeply of the fragrance. Allow the sounds to penetrate your entire being and feel their touch. The beautiful bees, the mistresses of magic, the spinners of reality. Today especially, we invite 2 of the bees to come to us. The undertaker bees, the holy act of taking out which has died. And we ask them to take whatever in us now needs to go, especially belief systems about our world and belief systems about our own identity. Allow these sacred bees to take these things from us. Take deep breaths and be willing to just allow them to fall away. Whatever images come to you, sounds, thoughts, just be aware and open. The fragrance, the sound, the touch is holding you close. And now we invite the nurse bees to minister to us a dose of their precious royal jelly so that we may see, we may envision the ways to create a new world. Allow yourself to receive this gift. Deep into your third eye, it is placed. And just breathe and be with this, what is falling away, and the awakening that is happening. This is available to you at any time. Many of you are beekeepers like we are and work directly with the hives. But even if you do not have a hive anywhere near you, you can enter into the hive of the bee. There is great love for you there, truly, in all ways. Take a really deep, rich breath. And there might be something you want to write down now to remember from what you just experienced.
I danced, waggled and shed the debris and noise of human life. Coming into stillness, I sat, hands open, and she came. She came then, first one, then many, walking up my hands and arms, pouring into the hollow chest, filling the cavity of my body. Flashing to ancient time, you stand rooted in place. A great tree in the forest, one who had to die to be a part of yourself, to let go, to rot. Be willing to have an opening occur and grow within you, something of you and other than you, a cavity empty. They came, filling every nook and cranny, propolis, skin, wax comb, bones and womb, vibrating hum, and emanating of life, now singing the world into being from your emptiness. Now womb of the tree, creation, weaving song lines. Womb of woman, standing as woman in forest, human. Bees filling the cavity of your interior, blood, bones, organs. Bees embodying, humans embodied with bee medicine. Humming with life, connection, absolute love radiating from them to you as you. Heart awakening, your deepest teachers. Guiding your movements, action, and service. They are a mirror of deepest and most profound reflection. The sweetness and the sting, singing life into being, bringing humans to the threshold of bewilderment. Bewilderment and wonderment. We stand, human amongst the forest, feeling connection in the mirror reflection. Forest, mycelia, hive. Interconnected being, humans, honeybees, and earth. Alchemy of being. Human hands come together in prayer, mirroring the roots, trunks, and branches of the trees. Tree with a beehive womb, cleft of beehive womb ushering forth singing sisters of time and space, love and life givers, offering their lives in devotion, sweetness and sting, exacting teachers of being. Hands together in devotion and prayer, mirroring the tree, prayers whispered and breathed into the cleft of hands. Between thumbs, the cleft where life issues forth, mirrored in the devotional hands moved to service, offering our own tasks with love and heart that we have been taught by these small winged ones. Hands tending, hearts feeling, joy radiating, called to service. We are touched, moved, our beings called forth, the medicine from the sweet, stinging, devotional ones we know of as the Apian Being, from the darkness of their interior to the darkness of our interior. Body of tree, body of human, body of earth, open, empty, full of bewilderment, full of bewilderment, full of wonder. Gently settle into the wild unknown, the mystery of being, the song of creation echoing echoing through the chambers of your heart, flowing through the veins with your blood, anchoring into your bones. A resonant song of being, hum of the earth, hum of the honeybees, song of creation. Dropping deep into stillness within. Hive as body. Hive as a mirror. Sweet, rich darkness. The inner chamber of being resonating. The inner chamber of being resonating. The inner chamber of being resonating. Roots into place. Learning from witnessing their presence. Their relationship to place. Self, love, body, devotional service, community connection, pure joy, deep grief, sweetness and sting, sweetness and sting, sweetness and sting of life. Apian Beeing.
I would like to acknowledge the Pueblo, Ute Mountain Ute, and Dine, whose land I'm living on and sharing with bees. This is a day of gratitude to bees who have provided us with so much more than honey, a philosophy of optimism, a fresh start, not a restart. In sitting with bees, we listen to your wisdom, rejecting rational reduction, offering expansive, ancient, unseen realities, alternatives, ecological, political, bipartisan, and, of course, intensely personal. Fusion by a collective individual, asking questions rather than answering questions. Repetition of a simple task creates a world of complexity. The act of replicating a cell is the same for me as it is for you, as it is for any bee. The same to create an eye, as to create a toe, as to create a wing. And let's look at the diversity that stems from this one same action, a universe of possibility with exponential implications. Yes. Yes, we can now finally throw out our dichotomies and look forward to comprehension. Or maybe not comprehension, or to exploring the healthy experience of the wonder of non-knowledge. Thank you, bees, for showing us this so clearly. Every day that I work with bees, I see something new. The other day, I saw bees building comb up, something that I did not know was possible. I am forever surprised. Bees offer a mirror through which we can look at ourselves, but also as a way of magnifying themselves. The way that a cell works is a symphony of molecules working towards a function. The way a bee works is a symphony of cells collaborating. This plays out in a hive where thousands of bees work in harmony. Bees show us that we can take this one step further, that we can include you and we can include me, that we can be a part of this wonderful being, that we can respect our obligation to work together towards a common existence, a shared ecology. Thank you, bees, for showing this to us and for being our teachers. And today, on this International Bee Day, I would like to extend my gratitude and to offer a prayer for the future of bees.
I would like to begin my prayer today by giving thanks to the indigenous people of the land on which I live and on all the land that has taught me and the way these stories have shaped my culture. I would also like to bring honor and gratitude to the native pollinators, the bombus and the Franklin bumblebee and the other bees that live amongst us in the area in which I live. I would also like to give thanks to the flowers that are part of the superorganism of all of these pollinator species, and the water and the soil, and let this prayer ripple out where every bee touches. My words, I ask the ancestors to help craft my words that they may inspire my people. I ask that my tongue be honeyed sweet, like bee priestesses before me, and that I may bring hope and inspiration from the bees to my people. I give thanks that so many are hearing the ripple of her voice upon the planet. And I beg forgiveness should my words fail in any way. Should I leave out a word, a pace, a moment that prevent this message from coming to you. And I give thanks for this opportunity to serve both my people and my planet and my greatest teacher, the Apis species. For a millennia, the bees have been a part of our lives. Indeed, they are our evolutionary ancestors, having created the world full of flowers and fruit for mammals to evolve. They are our evolutionary ancestors in that they have taught the plants to respond and to give to us. They are our spiritual ancestors, and they have taught people all around the world how to pray, how to connect with nature, how to heal ourselves with plant and sound, dance, music, and beauty, intellect, and warrior. I call forth the many, many goddesses of our ancestors all around the world as we celebrate the World Bee Day. And let us draw from times in the deep, deep ancient memory of our ancestors, their names, so that we may taste a morsel, a honey drop of their wisdom, and just hearing the names and allowing those names to be on my tongue today. I give thanks for the knowledge of the cultures and the symbols of the goddesses, such as Cybele and her drum, Freya and her cauldron of transformation, Bridget and her ability to bring light, Oshun for joy and pleasure, Hathor for the gift of sight, Aphrodite for messages of love and sweetness, Deborah for warrior and protection, Shakambari for transformation of pain into beauty, the recovery of ancient wisdoms, Austeha of Eastern Europe, Bubalas, who reminds me of laughter, Hana Hana, who sent the bee to recover the lost souls from the underworld, Kolel Kab, the bee goddess of the Americas, Mazun Kab, her husband, Pan and Cupid and Kamadeva, whose bow is made of sugar cane and the string is made of bees, Melissa, the one who inspires me, of ancient Crete, who brought the first university to these ancient lands, a goddess of intelligence, leadership, and wisdom, and also a real person in history. Neith, the ancient Egyptian goddess who brought us the first medical college on the world in the Africa, in Egypt. Malona of the Romans, and Artemis, who I have chosen and has chosen me to speak for her in this time. She is the goddess of conservation, the goddess of civilization building, as she wears bees on her skirt, and her name means mother bee. I also invite Devora, an ancestress goddess who has made her way into the modern lexicon. She is a warrior, a civilization builder, and a leader. I also give thanks for all the medicine teachers and the ways that the plant medicines have been teaching our planet right now. And indeed, the ancient bee cultures brought us this wisdom as well. And before I go, I leave you with this. When you sit amongst the garden of flowers, when you find the tree in full blossom, and you can hear the sound of 1,000 upon 1,000 bees humming, take a moment and allow that vibration to enter your body and know that you are listening to the sound of creation. You are listening to the ambassador of beauty and fertility, of Gaia herself. She brings forth the bee that harms none, that works in collective, and returnfold, their work returns sevenfold, a millionfold, an eonfold, making the world bloom just for us and all of our Gaian family. The bee is a lemniscate, and know that though we face darkness, if we follow the bee and all that the bee offers, we can be brought back into light again. The sound of the bee has been singing since the first bee. The sound of the bee has never stopped singing in darkness, in famine, in pandemic, in joy, in celebration, in lovemaking, in childbirthing, in death. The bee has never stopped singing her song. She has told me that she sees herself as the oldest and largest being on the planet, and that she covers the world in a net of her music, honey, and dance to keep the world knitted together. And let us follow this example as we head into the new eras. I give thanks for this opportunity to serve you, and I hope that my words bring inspiration. I give thanks. I give thanks.
So, water vessel is here in old land in Anatolia. I'm sitting on West Taurus Mountains, around 750 meters from sea level. And I'm sitting in a cup house made by earth here. It made by a woman, a group of girls with hands, you know. They mix the earth and they build up this nice one single room. And whenever I want to spend time or join to such a meeting, I escape here. Thank you for all your gifts. They were very valuable. Thanks for sharing. It makes me very happy to meet and celebrate World Bee Day with you and with bee lovers and nature lovers. It's a good experience. World is leading by greedy fount, unfortunately, and media has such a big power distributing fear and all these negativity. So we know from the bees and nature that life is not same which modern society taught us. Bees are working with corporations. We bee lovers need to cooperate and see each other's work and show it every chance we got, I believe. And that way maybe we can grow good vibration and distribute it, kind of. This year I had a baby. Actually, she's 14 months old, and we named her Melis. You know, maybe it's an international name. And this spring, I received 3 swarm to the roof of the house we live in. So this spring already started beautifully for me. And you know, with the time I connected with the bees, this connection gets stronger and stronger. I think Taggart said this name, you know, he mentioned wisdom of the hive. This is really guiding, you know, this is really teaching. And every hive, every whole being is different from other kind of. My words are finishing here. It was nice to be together in this meeting, I'm celebrating World Bee Day of all the bees, and all the bee lovers. Many greetings from Anatolia, Turkey. So.
Hello, everyone. So many beautiful words shared, and I don't have so many words. It's been such a beautiful day with the gathering in Jerusalem initiated and the online tribe there. So I felt quite moved all day and touched with the beauty of the bees and the people connected to the bees. And my gratitude for the honeybees is that they're still with us. They're still here with us. And that's what was really with me today. And just the gratitude for that and for them taking care of our home. And to all humans knowing their truth and the truth of their ways. I thought about the different names of them today. And for me, they're like flying shamans. I really feel that with my experiences with them. Flying healers, depending which tradition, flying doctors. Yeah. And I really feel in this pause lies a great opportunity for us to write history through our actions. And rather than say too much, I invite us to hum for a few minutes together. And if together we set an intention to ask the honeybees for guidance at this time, to help us see beyond the veil to what's really happening, to help us act. So if we can imagine together in your mind's eye that you're at the center of the lemniscat, the infinity sign, the figure of 8, the sacred dance of the honeybee, and you're at the knot. And around the lemniscat is constant change, and yet you are firmly anchored in your center, in your own sense of self. And that right now we're connected to each other, centered at this knot of the lemniscat. And here it's not a place of words or labels or thinking or judgments. And I invite us as a group to hum together with an intention. And if I share the intention 3 times, if you can listen intently to remember the intention. Our intention is to hum together for insight from the honeybees for our role at this time. Our intention is to hum together to the honeybees for insight to our role at this time. Our intention is to hum together to the honeybees for insight to our role at this time. And if you can say that intention internally 3 times, and then if we start to hum together just for a few moments, few minutes, and just notice what arises between us. And I'll make a sound for you to then return to silence. And so if we begin together with the intention to hum together for insight for the honeybees to our role at this time.
Just a few moments of silence. Feeling our hive. Feeling our role at this time and our role with the honeybees in our collaboration. They guide us back home to knowing we are nature, as we help guide them and help them back to the trees. Yeah. To the honey and the sting. Thank you, honeybees.
Deborah, can you unmute yourself? We cannot figure out how to unmute. Can you start over? I apologize.
No problem.
Now you're on.
Okay, thank you.
Please start again.
Okay, I will.
I'm so sorry. We don't know what happened.
No problem, and thank you for enjoying the pantomime of my prayers. I hope that it was well received. I'm going to share some love poems for the bees. I am a bee, a simple bee, and my heart belongs to flowers. Oh, bee, you pollen-laden, nectar-imbibing mistresses of alchemy, soft, flighted ambassadors of light and love, the sweethearts of flowers, the lovers of plants, and the great darlings of the bright, handsome sun. Wild-hearted maestros, you thrum and hum your soft summer songs in the sweet key of bee. First First Nations people, first First Nations people, you carry your bundle without harming so much as a single green leaf. You keep our fields knee-deep in flowers. Blessed be, blessed bees. When you fall in love with bees, you fall in love with everybody, with the trees and the shrubs and the birds around the bee sanctuary, with the chickadees that nest in the locust poles, with the flycatchers that lodge up in the rafters of the pole barn, and with the thrushes that sing their discordant blessings. And you fall in love with the paper homes of the great hornet nation and with the great hornets themselves. You fall in love with the breezes that come and go, and with the day sun that shares its light and extends its warm hands, and with the pregnant lizards that rest on the warmed stone walls. And you fall in love with the wild turkeys that roost way, way up in the tulip poplar trees, the bountiful source of our mountain spring honey. And with the great bear clan, venerable beings, soft-footed, sacred, who pass through the woods like silent saints. And you fall in love with your grumpy neighbor and his closed, broken heart. And with the sigh of the mountains and the small, bossy wrens and the moon and all of her opinions and the bright, sassy stars. And you fall in love with yourself and all your mistakes and your copious tears and your infinite questions, and with your mismatched socks and propolis-stained shirt, with your sun-battered hat and your soft, wrinkled hands. When you fall in love with the bees, you fall in love with the world. Blessed be, blessed bees.
Great Spirit, Mother Earth. We are giving thanks to the countless gifts we have received. We give thanks to all of our relations and know that we are our relations. We give thanks to you, Apian Being, still searching for millennia for your true name. We give thanks for all your teachings and for your loving kindness, for being our ally and our guiding star. We'd like to sing a song of a chant of compassion and loving kindness and protection. Ganseon Namu Butsu en Yo Butsu en Popo en Jo Rakugajo Shonen Ganseon Bonen Ganseon Nenden Jushinki Nenden Furishin Ganseon Namu Butsu en Yo Butsu en Popo en Jo Rakugajo Chonen Ganseon Bonen Ganseon Nenden Jushinki Nenden Furishin Ganseon Namo Butsu en Bopo en so Rakuja Gojo Shonen Ganseon Bonen Ganseon Nenden Jushinki Nenden Furishin. With this ceremony, we are honoring the cycle of gifts and pay tribute to the shimmer of life. We truly are only through and with all beings, and the Apian shows this to us so clearly. We are honoring our bond and our deep, deep, intimate kinship. We are bees. May all beings be happy and live in safety. May this ceremony nourish all beings. May the merit of this gathering of our ceremony serve all beings.
May we be awake, aware, and loving. May we extend our hand to all of life in a kind way and a different kind of way. May we bloom in the soil of our soul, no matter the weather. May we live as if love matters. May all bees be well. May all beings be well. Blessed be, blessed bees.